This 17 News at Noon podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule. Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for 17 News at Noon. I'm Nicole Gitsky. We begin with our homicide tracker. Now, after a deadly week, our numbers are climbing, and we could be looking at a record-breaking year. This comes as we now know the name of the man shot and killed yesterday morning, with the gunman still on the run at this hour. Now, Bakersfield police say they received a shot spotter alert after midnight in the area of Tyree, Tulliver, and East 3rd Streets. They found two people inside a car. Both had been shot. 46-year-old Terry LaRae Heron was pronounced dead at the scene, while the other person was rushed to the hospital. Police have not said what triggered the shooting and have yet to release any suspect information at this time. By our count, this is the 87th homicide this year. 7 of those have happened in just the past 6 days. And the coroner's office has released the identity of the man killed in central Bakersfield. 29-year-old Javante Travell Green was found with a gunshot wound on I Street between 2nd and 3rd Streets. He did not survive. Meantime, Bakersfield police have arrested 40-year-old Geraldine Hunt in connection to the shooting. Police say this is an ongoing investigation. If you have any information on this case, call them at 327-7111. And the man killed during an officer-involved shooting has been identified. 21-year-old Shay No Zuniga Jr. was shot after police say he tried to charge at officers. He did not survive. The shooting stemmed from a call claiming that there was a domestic argument and a man was armed with a firearm. Police were finally able to locate Zuniga Jr., where he led them on 2 separate chases. Now, BPD says 5 officers fired their weapons during that shootout. Now to the latest on coronavirus right here in Kern County. Now, Kern County's 3rd surge continues to skyrocket as another 355 people have tested positive for COVID-19. Our local health department updated the new numbers yesterday. We also learned yesterday another 4 people lost their lives to the virus. Now, we are waiting for public health to update numbers for today. Currently, 183 people are in the hospital with more severe symptoms of COVID-19. 37 are fighting for their lives in the ICU. Nationally, COVID infections and hospitalizations continue to rise across the South, where vaccination rates are lower. More cities and states are now ordering new mandates to slow the Delta-driven surge, and the CDC is issuing new guidance for pregnant women about getting vaccinated. NBC's Morgan Chesky has all the latest from hard-hit Dallas, Texas.
As infections surge nationwide, new questions about the need for booster shots. Today, the FDA is expected to authorize 3rd doses for immunocompromised people who produce little to no antibodies after the first 2 shots. There are still no plans yet, though, for boosters for the general population. A new study by the Mayo Clinic, still not peer-reviewed, found after 6 months the Pfizer vaccine was only 42% effective during the height of the Delta variant, compared to Moderna's 76%. Pfizer says its trials showed only a minimal reduction in effectiveness. Researchers found both vaccines still offer robust protection against hospitalization and death. Now debate heating up over new mandates. California is requiring all school staff to be vaccinated or get weekly tests, becoming the first state to do so. Cities and states also reissuing indoor mask mandates, including Philadelphia and Oregon. In Texas, Governor Greg Abbott is now threatening to take any school district who breaks his no mask mandate to court. Some superintendents defiant and still requiring masks.
We've been really clear that the most important consequence that we're looking at is how we keep people safe.
This as the CDC updates its guidance for pregnant women, now urging them to get vaccinated because they're at higher risk for severe disease, and evidence shows the shots are safe. Now, as for those booster shots, the CDC is slated to discuss them at a special advisory panel set for this upcoming Friday. In the meantime, we're hearing growing numbers of reports of people finding out a way to get that 3rd dose, even if it's something that medical professionals don't recommend. Morgan Chesky, NBC News, Dallas.
Now, while teachers and staff will be required to get the shot in California, students under the age of 12 still cannot. Now, Kern County's vaccination rate has been below the national average, but as school approaches, vaccines are starting to head in the right direction, says Kern County epidemiologist. Now, unfortunately, one group is left out of that, and that's kids under the age of 12. They cannot get the COVID shots just yet. According to Sarah Schaefer-DeRue, the Children's National Hospital pediatrician, she says the delay in the under 12 group allows time for more research.
They want to do more studies in children because of the potential risk for vaccine side effects.
Kern County's public schools won't require social distancing or mask wearing outside, but they do want kids to wear masks indoors. Masks can help curb the spread of the virus, but most health authorities consider vaccines to be the best way to protect all populations. And you can now get the coronavirus vaccine, well, right at your home. Bakersfield College students have been working on the Get Out the Vaccine project, helping to encourage residents to get vaccinated. Students started the project earlier this year, sharing information and helping to bring awareness to those living in the 93307 and 93301 zip codes. To continue this project, community partners like Dignity Health, along with Kern Health Systems, have joined the students to offer the Moderna and Johnson & Johnson vaccines right at your door. Kern County Supervisor Leticia Perez and community partners will also be taking part in that project. And a reminder, everyone 12 and older is eligible to get the vaccine. It is free and doctors say it is safe and highly effective. You can make an appointment right now by signing up on myturn.ca.gov.
Clinica Sierra Vista is now offering rapid COVID-19 testing and COVID-19 vaccinations. Call 833-278-4584 to make your appointment. But don't delay. Clinica Sierra Vista, putting patients first.
Turning to education news now, time is running out to help children at the Bakersfield Homeless Center succeed this school year. KGT is teaming up with the shelter for our annual backpack drive. We're asking for basic school supplies like backpacks, notebooks, pencils, as well as school clothing and underwear for boys, girls, and teens. You can drop off donations at our station at 22nd and L Streets or the Homeless Center on East Truxton Avenue through this Friday. That's tomorrow during regular business hours. Meantime, the Feed It Forward backpack giveaway takes place tomorrow at Jefferson Park. That's at 801 Bernard Street. The event is from 6 to 8 p.m. Backpacks will be given away on a first come first served basis. There will also be free food, music, and games. In our 17 Business Watch, if you're looking for a job, well, you're in luck. AGM Community Partners is holding a fall job fair. Businesses will be on hand looking for those to fill part-time, full-time, and internship training positions. You can expect a variety of industries, including medical, farming, oil, customer service, and more. It's happening today from 3 to 7 p.m. at the 4 Point Sheridan. For a complete list of companies participating, head to 1015bigfm.com, then click on the 2021 Job Fair tab. Welcome back in entertainment news now. Country singer Clay Walker and Justin Moore are just hours away from performing at the Mechanics Bank Arena. It will be the first concert in the building in more than 17 months. 17's Rick Bentley caught up with Walker ahead of the concert with more on his connection to one of Bakersfield's greatness.
Hey Clay, did you ever get to the point that this tour that's bringing you into Bakersfield, did you think, man, this may never happen again? I may never get on the road again.
The shows that we have been doing are phenomenal. You know, we're seeing the excitement in the fans, and obviously, you know, safety is the most important thing.
What you do helps us do that, and I appreciate you for doing that. But I gotta imagine there's some cities where you get a little bit more sentimental, maybe. You
know, knowing who Buck Owens was, loving him, loving Merle Haggard. I mean, there's so many more artists, you know, that are from there that are just fantastic, and there's always a certain level of expectations, kind of like playing the Opry. And so Bakersfield is one of those spots, and it's one of the few places, you know, in the United States or anywhere in the world that you can go and know that these are real country music fans who are not going to be fooled by posers.
That's for certain. A touch of Merle in your music, is that fair? Or?
Well, that's the greatest compliment you could ever give me. I'm you know, George Strait looked up to Merle Haggard, and you know, he had Merle Haggard, and he stood on Merle's shoulders, you know, and looked out and said, hey, I'm going to try to take this a little farther, you know, further scope. And then when I came out, of course, you know, people like me, Toby Keith, and Tim McGraw, you know, we had George Strait's shoulders to stand on and look out a little bit farther. But I've always loved Merle. He's my favorite singer, you know, of all time, and always will be. And I think he's a lot of people's.
Now, Justin Moore and Clay Walker kick off their concert at 8 p.m. tonight. Well, it's a new era for America's favorite quiz show. Sony Pictures announcing not one, but 2 hosts will replace the late Alex Trebek as the new faces of Jeopardy! Mike Richard and Mayim Bialik will become the duo that are set to share the coveted spot behind the game show. Richards, Jeopardy's current executive producer, was named the new daily host of the famed quiz show. And in an even bigger surprise twist, actress Mayim Bialik will be the face of new Jeopardy! Primetime and spin-off series. Now, she was best known for her role on the hit TV show The Big Bang Theory. Finally here at noon, well, they're back. We're talking about those oh-so-delicious cotton candy grapes. Sully Chevrolet Station announced the special grapes are back. Well, only while supplies last, so you better hurry. The grapes are made by an Bakersfield-based International Fruit Genetics campus that's in McFarland. The company that makes those tasty treats, the IFG, is a fruit breeding and licensing company known for those cotton candy grapes and sweet globe grapes. The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.